I woke up at 7 a.m. to the usual sound of my alarm. Nothing special. The same gray sky outside, the dripping tap in the kitchen, the same thought that today would be boring and predictable. But within minutes, I realized this morning was nothing like the others. The first thing I noticed was the silence. Normally, my husband would already be in the kitchen, making coffee, rattling bags, or grumbling that I had overslept again. But today, nothing. The silence was so heavy, I could almost feel it pressing against me. I called out his name. No answer. I walked into the kitchen. Last night's dinner was still there, neatly covered with a plate, but untouched. He never did that. He hated leaving food out. I checked the bathroom. Empty. His toothbrush was in its place. His phone was gone. At first, I thought maybe he just stepped out. But when I dialed his number, all I heard were long, endless rings. That was when the fear began to crawl into me. By 8:30, I was driving to work. Traffic was thick, but I barely noticed. My hands were shaking, my mind jumping from one panicked thought to another. And then my phone buzzed with a text from my neighbor. "Did you see him? He didn't look like himself." I typed back immediately. "Who? Are you talking about my husband?" She replied, "Yes. Early this morning he was standing by the entrance. I asked if he was okay, and he just stared at me like he didn't even know me. Then he walked away." A chill ran down my spine. He wasn't supposed to leave. Where had he gone? Then my phone buzzed again. An unknown number was calling. I answered. "Hello?" A man's voice, low, calm. "It's me. Who are you? Where's my husband? Do you think he's dead?" I froze. My lips trembled, but no words came out. "Who are you? What did you do to him?" The reply was short. "This is only the beginning." And the call ended. At that moment, I didn't know what to do. I called the police. They took my statement but gave me the same tired line. "Maybe he left on his own." Wait 24 hours. That evening, as I returned home, I saw a man standing under the street lamp in our yard. Tall, thin, wearing a long coat. He was staring right at me. I took a step back. "Who are you?" I asked. He smiled faintly. "You don't know the game you've started." And he stepped closer. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I wanted to scream, but my throat locked up. Just then, a police car drove into the yard. Two officers got out and walked toward me. I turned to point at the man, but he was gone. The yard was empty. No footprints. Nothing. The officers looked at me skeptically, jotted something in a notebook, and said, "If you see him again, call us." That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay staring at the ceiling. At 3 a.m., my phone buzzed again. A message. On the screen was a photograph. It was my husband. He was sitting in a chair in a dark room, his hands tied, his eyes full of terror. I screamed. Then another photo arrived, this time a close-up of his face. Beside him was a small note. "He's alive, for now." I called the police, but they only said, "If new evidence appears, come to the station." They didn't believe me. Days passed. Every day more photos arrived, some blurry, some terrifyingly sharp. In one, his lips were moving, as if he was trying to speak. In another, the dark figure stood right beside him. I searched the backgrounds desperately. Wallpaper, lamps, chairs. I wanted a clue, anything, but there was nothing. And then a video came. In it, my husband looked straight at the camera and said, "Don't look for me. Please, don't look." At the end, a hand appeared, a stranger's hand, resting on his shoulder. I shut the phone off and sobbed. And that was when I realized my normal morning was never the start of a day. It was the start of a nightmare with no way out.